This is the Padua Podcast Network.
Running a Fever, episode 118, Even If. Welcome to Running a Fever, a show about fitness, medicine, and diet. Not necessarily in that order. My name's Michael Davis, and I love my life so much that I want to make it last as long as possible. That's what this show is about, getting as much out of life as we can. So if you feel the same way or you want to, then you are in exactly the right place. Stay put and keep your ears on. You want to keep your ears on all the time, but especially today. So it's another beautiful day in Lake Fayetteville. It's getting dark now, which I would expect this time of year when I came out at almost 4 o'clock. And I've been out here for definitely over an hour. And a lot of people out here today. This is January, the first week of January that I'm recording this. And it's a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm not sure exactly what the temperature is, but by the time I get back to my car, it's supposed to be in the 50s. But speaking of which, fashion department, I'm not wearing a sweatshirt today. Just a long sleeve t-shirt, and I probably could have wore short sleeves and been just fine. A lot of people are out here. But I don't get that big pocket in the front of my Red Sox hoodie. And these new shorts that I have, these Under Armour Academy shorts, don't have particularly deep pockets. So there's just enough for my phone, notes, recorder, and my headlamp for pretty soon when it starts to get dangerous to walk around without one. It's been a busy day, and I was just thinking about how today, about how, you know, it's sometimes difficult to come out here and talk about loving your life and stay positive, because that's what I want to give a positive message. Sometimes it's hard to do that when, you know, things aren't going perfectly in my life. And I heard a song today on YouTube, which is where I get most of my music these days, called Even If, by a group called Mercy Me. And they're a Christian group, and it's basically, the message is that everybody has hard times, you know, and even if you're someone like the singer of this song, and your really purpose in life is to put a really good positive message out into the world, everybody has rough times and feels down from time to time. And what he was saying was that God, who's all powerful, can take away these troubles. Met a few people that made the entire circuit here. I've seen them twice. So God, of course, often chooses not to take those troubles away when we want them taken away. And you know, the message of the song was, even if that's the case, even if you don't, I still put my trust in God. So my hope is in God, which is the essence of faith. And he said it's really easy to sing when everything's going right. Howdy. How y'all doing? Good. It's really great to see so many people out here today, getting out and staying active. I was walking through Veterans Park. There were people, both volleyball courts were in use. People playing volleyball, kids out on the playground. There were more skateboarders, and seen a lot of dogs and bicycles. And around here, people don't put up their exercise gear in the wintertime. So sometimes it's Monday, like today is a Monday, and I get a case of the Mondays where I'm just not feeling that great. Had some things happen, it's holidays are sometimes a stressful time, and particularly this year I had a family illness I was dealing with, and that didn't make things any easier to stay positive. But you got to. That's what faith is all about. Like I said, it doesn't really take any faith to keep going when everything's going your way. The challenge comes when other challenges hit you in life, and you have to deal with them. I feel the same way as this singer feels sometimes, because I'm out here trying to do a podcast about love and life and making your life better, and sometimes it's hard to find that positive attitude some days, but keep doing it. And I think that doing it sometimes helps things go a little better, or at least helps me feel a little better about getting through the tough times. So that was his message. What do you do when times are tough? Well, you still have faith. Howdy. And so he gets up on stage and sings, and I come out here and record my podcast. And you just got to keep on keeping on. And fitness is tough. I've been through the difficult, painful, and just frustrating times of not feeling well, getting injured, and all these things. Even when times are good, it's sometimes hard to get your fitness in line, to stay on that diet. But an even bigger challenge comes when it's hard times in your life. So that song was really inspirational to me. So you might want to check it out yourself. Just incidentally, some other music that's in my head today is Mussorgsky's Pictures at an Exhibition. I think he's a Russian composer. I only think that because, I guess his name sounds kind of Russian. But there's also a section of the piece entitled The Gates of Kiev. And I'm perhaps more familiar with this because I actually played this in high school band years ago. But it's also played by the group Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Howdy. Back in the 70s. I got friends in low places because someone was carrying a portable music player of some kind, playing that song earlier. But of course, Mercy Me's Even If. So check that song out if you like. It's a one thing I like about this group is that there's some reality. They have some really upbeat songs, like it's really dance music, but they also get real sometimes. Like this Even If song. It's a message of hope in a description of what life can be like sometimes. Real life. It's not always easy, but it's worth living and it's worth loving. And that's what we're doing today, loving our life, out for a walk on beautiful Lake Fayetteville. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for listening. Be sure to check out runningafever.com, runningafever.com/YouTube. Keep the fever, and I'll talk to you next time.
This is the Padua Podcast Network. PaduaPodcastNetwork.com.